Hello everyone, it's Quest Quenchers here today, and we are going to look at the Q&A sort of questions. I've been wanting to get around to this, but I've just been so busy. So yeah, let's dive right into it. So I've basically summarized every sort of question that they've been asked, and their answer I've summarized really quickly, mainly just to get straight to the point. So first of all, we get the question, can you purchase properties in cities? And it's like, yes, you can in various cities, and some are even rewards, which is pretty cool. So we're going to get, hopefully, some decent homes. And then the second question is the kid stuff trait and parental generation. So if you take the trait kid stuff, you'll get some parents, and they'll be based on your character design, and you'll be able to sort of get a few rewards. I mean, I think they take some money off you from time to time. You send it back to them and stuff like that, so you get a bit of, there's a negative and a positive because that's what a trait is. But yeah, I wonder what the really good sort of good outcome to this trait, like having parents in game. Yeah, that's great, but hopefully you get some like, oh hey, son, daughter, whatever. We found this old gun in the attic. It's like the Incinerator 3000. So yeah, that would be pretty cool. And then we have the third question is, I think it's like tips for newbies or something to Bethesda games. So I think it'll be probably easily, playable for new people. And then it sort of talks about a little bit about how it begins. So you begin in the same spot, but you get the background and story to your character is fully your own to sort of create in your mind, which is pretty cool. And I think, and apparently it's going to be like a universe in its own, so it's all living and breathable. They're trying to make it as alive as possible and having stuff going on, which is really cool. And then the fourth question is discussing smuggling cargo. So you can smuggle contraband and stuff like that in special ship modules, which you can purchase. And then also, the economy is a set economy, so it's just like it's all the same everywhere. But prices can change based on your chosen skills, which is pretty cool. And then question 5 is committing crimes. There's a jailed system, so it's not like Fallout 4 where they just gun you down, which is I thought was pretty crap because Diamond City has a Diamond City prison, so it's just like, how does that make sense? So yeah, I'm glad the jail system's back from like sort of Skyrim times, which is nice. So you can pay a fine, serve your time, or escape, which is pretty cool. Does time pass when you're not in the game? And it doesn't. So only when you're playing the game, that's when the time passes and things happen and stuff like that, which is all right. I mean, I don't really want like a mobile type of game. Like, I liked Fable, where if you weren't playing, you would still accrue some money and stuff, but then you would like not play it for a while. You play some other games, then your game would your game would massively stutter when you boot it up, and you get like a million's worth of gold. So it's like, oh, okay, sweet. And then you would also lose a ton of gold too, I think. And then double agent gameplay. They discuss about possible double agent quest lines, particularly with the Crimson Fleet, which sounds pretty interesting. They sound a bit of a, you probably go into the UC colonies kind of thing, and sort of investigate double agent kind of thing. I'm hoping you could do the same for like, oh, you can be a UFC Vanguard officer or whatever, and you can go into the Crimson Fleet, pretend to be them, learn all your detail, and be like, hey, they're going to be here, 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 take them out then. And stuff like that, maybe. That would be pretty cool. And is number 8 is sort of, is there a pacifist mode? And it's like, no, not really. That you can complete certain things in a way that makes it feel like a pacifist mode, but it's not like you have like not deadly weapons, basically non-lethal weapons, so you can use them to get through things. But I do think eventually you will have to kill someone or kill something. By the sounds of it. And and question number 9, there is religions in Starfield, which is really cool. So there are 3 key in game. There's the Sanctum Universum, the Enlightened, and the House of Valrune. So those snake people and stuff like that they sound like snakes and they look like snakes. They're just so weird. They worship a great serpent or something. Which is, I'm just looking forward to learning all that stuff. And the Enlightened are basically atheists that just want to help people and stuff like that. And the Sanctum Universum people, they believe that there's, God is out there. It gave us light, faster than light travel and all that stuff, bending space time, and with the grav drive. To go and find him, basically, or find her, or whatever. Find it, basically, because you can't consider a god in human terms, anyway. But yeah, that sounds really cool. And apparently, they did say that the normal, kind of religions we have in our universe are kind of in there, but they're not the main focus, basically, by the sounds of it, which is interesting. And then question 10 is companions. There's over 20 named characters that can join your crew, which is pretty cool. And four of them from Constellations have deeper stories, and probably the ones you can romance, like Sarah Morgan, Sam Coe. I'm not sure on the other people, actually, who... I imagine Barrett might be one, I don't know. But yeah, it sounds really cool. It sounds really cool, and I'm glad there's 20 of them. But hopefully they have a little bit more dialogue from, like, the random mercenaries you can pick up in Skyrim. That they're just like, oh, I carry your burdens, kind of thing, like, Lydia. Hopefully it's something more than that. And then, salaries for crew, question level. It's just a one-time payment for crew members, basically. So it's not like it comes out of your pocket every time, which I'm surprised at that, really. I would have thought it would be, because they have the perk kid stuff where constantly when you earn, you sort of earn less money, or maybe every time there's, there's money coming out of your account to be sent to your parents or anything. To keep them, topped up or whatever, or you'd be like, you still kind of forgot to tell them, hey, I'm moving out, can you stop taking my money as rent, kind of thing, or whatever. But it's just like, I'm surprised that you don't annually pay crew members. That would have been such an interesting dynamic, because it would have sort of been like, oh, what's that program? When there is like the Space Cowboy kind of aspect where they're constantly looking for another job, trying to earn the big bucks, but he hasn't got enough money right now to pay his current crew members and stuff. And having that dynamic of him, of like crew members coming up saying, hey, I haven't been paid, in God knows how long. Have we got a job coming up, or should I just get the next ship out of here, kind of thing. So it's a shame that we don't have that dynamic. It may appear if something goes on, or hey, we're just being through a massive space battle. I think I need a raise because that was insane, and I didn't know we were getting into that stuff. So hopefully something like that happens, because I'd like to have an interesting conversation dynamic kind of thing. Then next up, I believe number 12, is companion perks. Companions come with specific skills, which is, I think we knew that already, to be honest, from the Starfield showcase. And apparently the skills can stack with yours. I think it's always good to have like a varied amount. Like I saw different companions having different ship skills, so they make your ship sort of lock on and kind of thing, like the weapon system lock on kind of thing, a little bit more easier for you. So having that is probably the best thing to have, and make sure they fill gaps where you have gaps, basically. And by the sounds of it, you can only have one companion at a time. I'm not too sure if that is, because I do believe I remember seeing, like, oh, Vasco is standing outside the ship, you have a crew member with you too, so it's like, can you have up to 3? I mean, it would be nice if you could have up to 3. 3's not a crowd, but it's you're on a desolate planet, just, I think you're going to need more than just 2 people, kind of thing. I think 3 feels quite right. So, and then number 13, the developer's favourite parts. Both Emil and Will love seeing the game's evolution. They appreciate the vastness of the game's world and content. So I think they basically go on to say, like, hey, we've made so much stuff, we forgot about stuff. So when we see it, it's really cool to see. Or if another person makes something, it's great to see that and stuff. And then I think number 14 is sort of inspirational content. They talk about what inspired them and stuff like that, and it's like 70s and 80s books and sci-fi movies and stuff like that, which is pretty cool. And then on number 15 is sort of like immersive details and stuff like that. So with the sort of style of NASA punk, it's made it kind of a more human experience, which is in space. So that's interesting. Like it's grounded within our reality, because it's like got rockets and it looks very you know, very put together and stuff like that. It's not like your smooth starships and all that stuff. So it's much more better. And then number 16 I see is about mechs and stuff, maybe. Like, what's the deal with the mechs? So that's basically about I think it's the Nararian war kind of thing. So which is interesting. It's more, you know, that's about the history and lore, and that's really what I'm interested in. I'm really interested in just dedicating a channel, like making a sub channel or something, you know, Quest Quench's lore topics or something like that. I just think it's sounding like it's going to be something really interesting, and I hope it has a lot of meat to it. But you know, it's still yet to be seen. And then we're going to sort of talk about all the, you know, a lot of people are getting review copies, and I'm like, I want one, but you know, it's not big enough. But that's fine, and it just makes me very excited seeing, you know, little tidbits here and there. It's sounding like it's by some of these leakers and stuff that it's, you know, it's a slow experience at the beginning because it's introducing you to new not tactics, but like new systems and stuff. I mean, with every game, it's always a little bit of a slow start. Like playing Baldur's Gate is just, it's really slow for me. It's like, okay, alright, and then, you know, I come across some encounters and I get utterly destroyed, and it's because I'm not utilising my crew right and stuff like that, and then as I get better and understanding, like, okay, you put this down, oh, put this blessing on, so we're a bit better protected, or we do more buffs and stuff. And oh yeah, we've got to have a healer and all that stuff. I'll be the healer, and you know, it's you know, it takes some time learning a new game. Basically, it's not going to be pick up control, easy peasy, lemon squeezy kind of thing. Which is, you know, that's great. I want there to be a difficulty curve to this game because I really want, you know, like the Morrowind experience. I remember playing that game and I was like, this is terrible, but then you learn more about it, you get into it, and then all the reading and stuff. I really enjoyed it. Like, that was really fun. I really should, like, probably do a video on it, like, or a let's play or something for Morrowind, because it's been such a long time since I've done that. But I do really enjoy that. It was interesting, and watching other people play is just great too. But yeah, hopefully it will give that new aspect, sort of, a fresh new game, new universe, but it's full of content kind of thing. Like with the Baldur's Gate, is just, there's so much, and I really enjoy it. I just really don't like the combat, annoyingly. So yeah, I'm very excited. I'm going to stick with Baldur's Gate playing it because I want to sort of, you know, have the medieval game and not just go to shooters and stuff like that. So when it comes to Starfield, it's fresh, it's fresher. So yeah, that's been my video on the developers Q&A and stuff like that, and some of the leaks and stuff. And I also wanted to say that it sounded like it's going to be a really good game, like between 80 and 90 Metacritic, which I think is fairly normal for, you know, Bethesda's game studios. Like I think Skyrim and their other games sort of got a similar one. So yeah, that's you know, that's good enough for me, and then all the mods are going to be amazing. So yeah, that's the video. I hope you liked, and I will see you in the next one. Please subscribe and like, and I'll see you. Goodbye.